Hey guys, Larson here. Today I want to show you the world's simplest Neuro bass sound, which sounds something like this. Let's jump into it. It's the world's simplest Neuro bass sound. And let's jump into it because it is really simple. I'm using an analog PWM DS wavetable, which looks like a PWM sound, as you can see, square wave, which acts a little weird, but it's fine. I mean, it's a PWM sound, a sort of square wave. So I used an asymmetric plus-minus warping mode on it, and only a bandpass filter, which is a very simple technique. I mean, it has been around like for ages. So I just use the bandpass filter, and I control everything using LE41. So as you can see, I control the wavetable position, the warping mode, and the cutoff on the bandpass filter. And this is all here on the main page. This is all what you have.
Hey, I bet you want to hear this. Fuck the beat up! If you want to learn how to make this huge track, click the link in the description for the most violent and brutal dubstep course, only available at Letsynthesize Academy.
Now let's jump into the effects. I use a hyper dimension to add some width, some stereo width to it. A distortion, which I would say a very important part of the sound. Let me just demonstrate it. So as you can hear, it's very important. Now, the phaser does not give too much character to it. Okay, but the chorus is important because, you know, if you want to create very nasty Neuro basses and even other basses too, so you don't need to stick to Neuro basses, you always need voices, you know, which always behaves very well with distortion. And this time I'm using 5 voices of unison and some chorus to even fatten the sound out a lot. So let me demonstrate it with and without. So as you can hear, it's very important. Now the OTT, and this is the trick here. So this preset has a trick, the OTT actually. So let me demonstrate without the OTT. But with the OTT, everything comes to life. Now this is not a simple OTT because I tweaked the bend, the level of the bend. So on the high, I pushed up everything to 150. On the middle, I pulled back to 30. And the lows I pulled up to 150 again. So let me just drag them back to 100 and you will hear how different it sounds. It's just basically very dumb. So let me pull them back. 30 the middle, 150 the low, 150 the high. This is a cool sound now. Now I also tweaked the threshold and the ratio level to make it even fatter. So let me demonstrate it again. So this way we are making the sound a little less compressed, but with the OTT and with these band settings, you can really achieve that sound. Now we have 2 notches, which actually try to cut out all the frequencies that the human ear is very responsible to, and that is the middle high frequencies at around, well, I would say 4K to 7K, and at around 300 Hz. And this plays back and forth depending on the LFO position to keep the clean sound on all the position of the LFO. So this way we are having a very smooth sound. And I have a low pass filter here, which is not important because I basically just use the fatness knob here to add some fatness to it. So even if you unclick it, the sound does not change too much. Now, there are two things to mention here. I use a multiband compression preset, which doesn't add too much, but adds some more compression, and it sounds a little fatter with that. And an EQ to boost up the lows, and I just decreased the frequencies at around 400 Hz a little, not too much, but it's a little, and the middles at around 1.5K. So, as I told you, this is the world's simplest bass sound, and as you can hear, it really is, and it takes like 5 minutes to create, but it sounds very heavy, very powerful, so I highly recommend you to play around with that. If you are interested in the preset, just check the descriptions, and see you guys next time.